Hi everyone, and welcome to another session between Strive Sport and TidyHQ. So tonight's session is about meetings that matter. So we're focusing on annual general meetings, or as some of you know as AGMs. So we're just going to walk through some practical steps to help strengthen your club's governance and having effective meetings, and how you can action each one of those using Tidy. So whether you're a president, secretary, treasurer, or you're a new committee member, this will help you all get on the same page. So we'll head straight into this one. Cool. So just again, if you're new here, just do a slight introduction again. So again, my name's Jazz. I'm from TidyHQ, so I'm the account manager here. So again, TidyHQ is a platform that can help strengthen your club's governance. So we'll do a little demonstration about TidyHQ, but we've been around since 2012. Our founder, Isaac Jury, he built Tidy back then from his own frustrations as a president of a club. So he just had lost emails everywhere, spreadsheets everywhere, and he just wanted to make it easier. So that's where Tidy started. And I will also hand it over to Jen from Strive Sport. Hi, Jen.
Hi, Jazz. Thank you. Great to be with you all tonight. Strive Sport help clubs strengthen governance, refine strategic planning, and enhance financial sustainability. Through tailored mentorships, workshops, and educational programs, we foster inclusive, well-structured sporting environments that promote long-term success. We're committed to building diverse, high-performing sports communities where all participants, regardless of gender or background, have an opportunity to excel. So please reach out if we can help your club in any way.
Awesome. Thanks, Jen. All right, so heading straight into it. So yeah, in preparation for your AGM meetings, Jen, I'm happy to run through this one if you like, or
Yep, go for it,
yeah,
Jazz.
awesome. So yeah, just in preparation for your AGMs. So these are some things that every incorporated club must do. So as you know, it's actually mandatory to have an AGM. So every incorporated club is required to hold one annually. So it's not just an actual formality, it's where accountability and transparency happens as well. So what's the purpose of this meeting? So you need to review the year that's been. So it can be the achievements, the challenges, the finances, and so on. And then you need to elect the committee for the upcoming year. So this is where you have your leadership handover. So, this is these key roles that we've been going on through the sessions that we've had. So the president, the treasurer, secretary, and so on. And then it's also an opportunity to set directions and engage your members. So, having a look at your current members, your life members, and so on. So it's also where you need to give a bit of a notice period as well. So clubs are required to give members at least 1 month notice of these upcoming AGMs. So when you're hosting your AGMs, you need to make sure you give your members 1 month. So this just ensures there's fairness and gives members a chance to attend and also nominate so they know what's going on with their particular club. So what do you need to actually include in the notice? So in your notice, when you're handing out the AGM, so you need to include the proposed date, the time, and the details. So if it's going to be hosted at a venue or if it's actually going to be available online as well. You also need to encourage clubs to also ensure the agenda items and the nomination details up front. So, handing out nomination forms as well. So you also need to understand which regularity bodies are relevant to your state. So depending where you're located, and also what sporting organization you're operating under, there's different sort of rules that you need to there's different rules that are regulated to you. So you just need to make sure you understand those particular rules, um, and ensure that you report your AGM to your state or your peak body as well. So, as an example, in Victoria, it's called the Consumers Affairs Victoria. So each state has a similar body that requires all incorporated associations to submit their annual documentation. So yeah, it's just really important that you are aware of these requirements, and if this is something that you're not fully understanding or you're not aware of, then I'd probably recommend actually getting in touch with Jen from Strive Sport, because she can definitely help direct you into the right areas. And then, with TidyHQ, you can actually set up the meeting. So you can add all your details in there for your AGMs. We'll do a demonstration later on templating that out, and you can make it public to your members as well. So sharing a link to all your members via your socials so they know when it's happening as well. So the good benefit about that is it keeps everything in one place and it ensures compliance as well. So just really quickly, I think we went over everything on this slide, but just want to make sure as well as part of your AGM that you also need to prepare reports. So the outgoing board members, so like the president and the treasurer, etc., you're actually responsible for organizing the reports of the current year. So to see what the performance is in terms of your finances and your membership activity as well. So in preparation of those reports, you can actually attach them to the meetings in Tidy as well. So again, it's all centralized for you. Oh. Here we go again. I'm just getting too excited. So the next one is sticking to the agenda. So I might hand over to Jen to run over this slide.
Oh, we missed a slide, Jazz,
Oh, did
in
we?
type of reports.
Oh,
There
my
we
bad.
go. No worries. All good. So as we've already mentioned, these are the type of reports that need to be prepared and presented at the AGM, and it should be prepared by members of your club's committee who work most closely in these fields. So the financial report would most likely be the treasurer's report. Membership report would be done by presumably you've got a membership officer or someone in charge of your membership details, and an events report if you've got an events secretary. Usually there's also a president's report to highlight the season overview, and a secretary's report that might go into the membership numbers, admin and compliance, and then any key subcommittees that are relevant for your club, whether that be a junior, coach, fundraising. So the purpose of these reports is to provide transparency and accountability to members, celebrating achievements and acknowledging contributions, and highlighting the challenges and outline the plans for the upcoming year. Each report should be drafted by the committee member responsible, and this ensures ownership, spreads the workload, and ensures accuracy. Keep them concise and member friendly, and focus on what does this mean for the club and the members. Use visuals or key stats where possible, and link it all in nice and tidy into TidyHQ. And the reports can be uploaded and attached directly to the AGM agenda within your Tidy platform. Thanks, Jazz.
So now we're actually about to stick the agenda. Maybe if I stuck to my webinar, then we could also refer to sticking to the agenda.
Indeed.
Um, Yeah, so why stick to the agenda? So keep it sort of keeps the meeting structured and on time. It prevents sidetrack syndrome, so where discussions drift endlessly, and it gives members confidence that everything's important and will be covered. So using a template, having a set AGM structure ensures compliance. So TidyHQ helps by guiding the order and tracking agenda items digitally. So you can have the subtopics available in the agenda as well. So you can also review your last year's AGM minutes as well within Tidy. So again, you can attach that in this agenda as well. So it just ensures that you can review that if there are any unresolved issues as well. So it really builds that accountability and shows follow through. So some core topic achievements. So you can also celebrate some wins. In the finance section, you could see clear and transparent reporting. So, looking back on your finances and memberships. For your constitution, you can flag any changes or you can propose updates as well. And then also, that's a good area for you to resolve issues. So, any issues that have sort of been raised by members during the year. So, it just gives a bit of a structured voice at your AGM as well. So, the elections process. So, that is a key and essential part of your AGM. So, multiple rounds may be required depending on the positions. So using TidyHQ, you can actually assign those new office bearers immediately. So once those elections have been made, and you know who the new roles are now going to be assigned, you can assign them straight away within TidyHQ. So it just enables sort of a smooth transition. And then from that AGM as well, you can actually start assigning tasks to those roles. So if there's any action items that come directly out of it, assign them straight away. And that way, that handover is just much more tidy.
Love it.
So, how we love it, a tidy way. So, running elections, I'll hand it back over to you, Jen.
So running elections, when you announce your AGM, can be a good time to also announce what positions are going to be vacant. And you can call for nominations as part of your AGM announcement. In that same email or communication that goes out to your members, you can call for your nominations of these are the positions we've got vacant. Come along to our AGM, and we are keen to have people nominate. Uh, Most club constitutions and the Associations Corporation Act in each state require that officer or the secretary positions are confirmed at an AGM. And there's a key person, generally it's the secretary, that needs to be nominated to Consumer Affairs or equivalent in your state, in terms of who's that responsible person that the Consumer Affairs body can communicate back to your club. If elections aren't conducted properly, the AGM itself can be deemed invalid and the club could face governance risks, particularly if you've got a membership dispute, if the AGM hasn't been held appropriately and correctly, and there's an issue that members discuss that can cause you issues if it hasn't been held correctly. So ensuring the leadership accountability and formalises the committee for the next year when you're running elections efficiently and effectively, and fairly and transparently. When you announce your vacancies clearly and ensure that all members have the equal opportunity to nominate. And if more than one nomination is received, follow the Constitution's process. Just like with your AGM and how to run it, your Constitution will clearly outline in generally straightforward language the process that you should follow for one, running your Constitution, but also the election process that you should follow will be outlined in your Constitution. So having an impartial chair or returning officer strengthens fairness and removes conflict of interest. Transparency, particularly for elections when there's more than one, is key. Members need to trust that the process is open and legitimate. So TidyHQ can help once positions are filled, you can immediately assign new office bearers. Tasks, responsibility, and even meeting follow-ups can be linked directly to these roles, so there's no confusion about who is doing what, and this avoids the handover black hole where information gets lost between outgoing and incoming members. We've all been there before, and it also keeps all records digital, accessible, and compliant. Sounds like a winning situation, Jess.
Yeah, sounds much more easier than trying to track everything on paper.
Absolutely.
Awesome. So, minutes and actions. So, as mentioned, minutes are your legal record. So, AGMs and committee meetings, executive meetings, and so on are a formal requirement under club constitutions and incorporation legalization. So, they provide an official record of what was discussed, what was decided, and who attended. If disputes ever arise, for example, around elections or spending decisions, your minutes are that proof of process and compliance. So please do not forget to record your meeting minutes. And what a way to do it in Tidy. You've got your agenda there, just click start meeting and then off away, you can start recording. So just think of them as a club's black box recorder. So actions are what bring decisions to life. So meetings don't matter if the decisions stay on paper. Actions are how governance turn into real outcomes. So every decision should be paired with who is responsible and by when. Clear accountability makes it far more likely that tasks are completed and progress happens between meetings. So don't let those tasks float away. Track them directly in Tidy instead of relying on people's memories or scribbled notes. I sometimes can be a little bit guilty of that one. TidyHQ lets you assign tasks straight away from minutes to relevant roles or people. So you can set due dates. You can actually follow them as well. So if you send it out to the secretary as the president, you could also follow the tasks to see how they're going on with it. So it, increases the visibility across the whole community as well. And you can send reminders. So this just avoids that classic. We talked about it last meeting, but nothing's happened since frustration. So it just makes that handover smoother again for your new committee members so they can see what's been done and what's still pending. So I'm sure we've all been in that scenario as well.
Definitely.
Awesome.
So, as we've mentioned, the annual general meeting isn't just a box to tick, it's the formal heartbeat of your club's governance. It provides a structured opportunity to demonstrate that your committee is operating responsibly, transparently, and in line with your club's constitution and legal requirements. Holding AGM shows your members that the committee takes governance seriously, and it's a public check-in where decisions, financial reports, and leadership elections are formally presented. Members can see that the club isn't just running on good intentions, it's following proper processes. It strengthens trust. Regular, well-run AGMs build long-term trust between the committee and members. When members see clear reporting, fair elections, and transparent decision-making, they are more likely to feel confident in the leadership and continue supporting the club. AGMs help your club plan for the future by reviewing finances, setting strategic priorities, and confirming leadership roles. The club ensures it can operate smoothly year to year. So this isn't just about compliance, it's about safeguarding the club's longevity and success. And the AGM is more than a legal requirement. It's an annual opportunity to show professionalism, reinforce confidence, and strengthen the foundation for your club's future. Well, that sounds pretty good. We all want to make sure we stay around for a while.
Absolutely. Cool. And now I am going to do a demonstration in Tidy. So how you can best use the meetings section in Tidy. So we'll go through the process of setting up an AGM, all the agenda items, how you can assign roles and assign tasks, and also start your meeting minutes. And then also how you can share those meeting minutes once they've been done and share the event as a public link as well. So let's dive in. Okay, so welcome to the demo account. So I'll log in as my admin access, so admin dashboard, and we'll head over to our meetings section. And I'm just going to click straight to new meeting to set up a new meeting. So we're going to set up a AGM, so annual general meeting. So just give your meeting a name. So annual general meeting. I'm going to put the year just for reference as well. So we'll go 2025. You can put the location, so if it's at your local football club, you can put in the address in there as well, or you can leave it as blank. Choose the date that the AGM is going to be hosted. So just a reminder, you normally want to send your AGM out from at least 1 month prior, just to give your members time to see when they can attend the AGM. Okay, so let's go in. So for this one, I'm just going to click the 27th of September, and then I'm going to choose a time. So I'm going to say 3 p.m. for this one, and we'll just, as an example, put 6 p.m. finish. You can put a short description, and then the chairperson and minute taker. So for the chairperson, let's just say it's the president. So we've got Isaac, and so you can add your minute taker. So I'm just going to put secretary. So we've got Alex being our minute taker. Now I'm going to start adding in our agenda items. So I'm just going to follow a standardized template. If you're unsure on how to set up an annual general meeting, generally you can check out your peak body's resources. They will generally have a standardized template that you can follow, but most of them are the same. So first of all, you want to open up your meeting. And for here, we can choose a type as well. So is it for noting? Is there an action required? Or are you just discussing it? So we're just going to note this one. You can set a duration for the time if you like, or you can just leave that for now. Sometimes it's good to set a bit of a time frame so you stick to your template. As we mentioned before, you need to make sure that you stick to time. And also you can attach items. So when we get to the next area, we'll attach an attachment. So let's go meetings of the previous annual general meeting. And then I'm just going to say that a motion is required. Previous meeting to be accepted as a true and correct record of the meeting. So everyone that is attending the meeting, they need to accept if the previous meeting minutes are true and correct, and the motion will either be pass or not. So essentially this is an action item to be done, and this is for noting. And for this particular motion, it's regarding this actual agenda item, so we'll put it as a sub agenda item. So if you just click these dots here, it will make it a sub agenda item like so. Now we'll head into our third one. So we'll go business arising from minutes of previous AGM. So is there any outstanding business items that you need to discuss from the previous AGM? Now's a good time to discuss them. The president will, as we mentioned, need to present their report. So we'll add an agenda item here. This is a good location to add the president report as well. So if I just go attach and upload new, and then you can find that on your desktop. So if I just go into here, we'll go to tidy test files, and I'm just going to go test document and add that in. Now you'll see there's a document added there. So when it comes to the meeting, we can just open that file up and go through the report. So I'm just going to go through and add some more items. So again, we want to add an action here as well. Do we accept that the report is true? Again, this is for action, and we'll make this a sub item. And then you want to go through the treasurer's report as well. So the treasurer is generally responsible for all the financials of the club, or your organization. So yeah, you want to go through that one as well. Looks like I have spelt treasurer wrong. There we go, fix that one up. There we go. Just shortcutting this to make it go a little bit quicker. There we go. And we'll make that a sub item as well. You'll also need to go through the annual financial statement and audit as well. So I'm just going to add this in as a sub item. So again, that's another item for just action. Then you'll need to go through any subcommittees. So if you have subcommittees within your club, so perhaps you might have a junior committee, a men's committee and a women's committee. You just want to go through those and any reports that they may have. And you can always add those again as attachments. Okay, finally, now we're coming to the election part. So the election of the committee, and then you want to appoint the new members as well. So this is where you would start appointing your new volunteers to fill the roles. Are you going to appoint an auditor or an accountant for your 2025 financial year? And then insert the details of who is actually going to be doing that. So let's just say there you go, just so you can get a bit of an idea. And then that will be a sub item as well. And this is, I've just forgot to add these for action, for noting, for action. Okay, is there any fees that you need to go through as well? Do you need to elect any life members of your club as well? So going through your life members. Are there any special considerations or resolutions that you also need to go through? So these could be raised by your members. And finally, if you have time, we'll also add a general business section as well. Again, if there's any items that you need to go through at the AGM. This is probably a standardized, I forgot to say meeting closed. We also need to put a closing time, very important as well. Okay, so these are all the agenda items. So these are all the items that will display on your AGM. And once you are ready to start taking meeting minutes, you can just add them as notes under those agenda items. So we have created our annual general meeting now. The meeting has now been saved. So now we need to start sending the invitations to our members. And we also need to invite the rest of our committee as well. So there's a few ways that you can do this. So if you come to this send invitation section, you can do it directly out of Tidy. So if you're using the contacts and communication section, if you already have groups set up, you can just add them directly from here. So you can see I've got my 2025 committee members already set up and my other members as well all set up here. So as an example, I'll just add those and then you'll see they'll all get an invitation if I click invite. Another way to do it is if you come into this little arrow here, we can make the event public. So if we go in here and make it public, you'll get a public link here. So if I just click on that one, you can copy that one and send it again through your communication portal by doing like a EDM. So EDM just stands for email direct marketing towards your your club members. The other way is if you're using any other platforms like MailChimp, those sort of platforms, you could do it out of there. Or if you want to post it on Facebook, you could do that as well, or share the link via your social pages as well that you've got. That way they can see the link. So if we just open this up here, they'll be able to see that one as well. So they know when it's coming up and they can add it to their calendar. So this will just sit in TidyHQ until you're ready to take your meeting minutes. When you are ready to start taking the meeting minutes, as the minute taker, so Alex, he would come into the back end of Tidy like so, because he has admin access and he has access to the meetings, and he would come in and he would start the meeting. Okay, so he would come in here and go start meeting. All right, so this is where you start taking all your notes. So we could say meeting open at, rather than 3, let's just say end up opening at 3:30 p.m. And then you just will scroll down to your next item. So you can just click this button and it'll take you to the next item. Or alternatively, you can just scroll down. Now I'm just going to scroll down here. So you can see this is the motion. So from here, you can either type in the details or you can put it in here and say motion passed. So a decision has been made. If we keep scrolling down, we've got the president's report here. Let's just say we'll go down to the president's report. Let's just say it was not provided. We can actually add a task to say president to follow up and send the report, and then you can just assign it to the president while you're going, and then you can also add a due date. So let's just say it's due by the 30th of September, and that way as you're going, whoever, let's just say Isaac Jury, if he stays in the role, then this will just get added to him as the assigned role as the president. If he is removed as the president, it will just go to the new volunteer member that's taking over the president role. So you've just got that succession planning in there already. If we just keep scrolling down here, I'm just not going to record any other minutes here. Yeah, so really you can just keep adding notes. I'm just going to add some random notes here just to give you an example. And then yeah, if you have attachments that you need to add now, you can do that. So let's just say you've elected your life members, and you, for the time being, you might just write them down on a piece of paper. You can always just add it as an attachment here. Or if you've got like nomination forms, you can also add them as an attachment too. So that way all the nominations are stored in your meeting minutes as well for your succession planning as well. Okay, so you can also add a new meeting topic. So if there was something that wasn't included on the agenda and you need to add it, you can come in here and add it as well and start that new topic. And then once you're happy with everything, you can click save or save and close. I'll just put test for here. And then you can also move them or just remove the meeting topic. I might just delete it. So let's just click save. My meeting has now been saved. So all my meeting minutes have now been saved. I'm just going to close that one now. Awesome. So because my meeting has been made public, it will automatically go to Bondi Football Club's webpage on TidyHQ under the meeting section of your webpage. If you have renamed the meeting section, then it will just go under that section that you've renamed it to. You can also share the minutes as well. So once you've finished your minutes and let's just say Alex has done, he's gone through and made sure everything's correct. He'll just go through and share those minutes. So you'll see they'll just be shared directly to those who attended. So just make sure you add all the attendees into this area. Otherwise, you can always just share them the link as well. You can also lock the meeting as well. So that means no one can make any changes to that meeting. So as the secretary and you have admin permissions within TidyHQ to the meeting section, you can lock it so no one makes the adjustments. And again, I'm just going to open up this little section. You can print the details as well. So if you want to print them out and hand them out, you can also do that. You can duplicate the meeting as well. So if you want to duplicate this for the future, you can always do that. I'll just let you know that we will be releasing meeting templates in a couple of weeks' time, which is super exciting. So you should see a notification coming out slowly about having templates set up, ready to go for your clubs. Also, you can manage the invitees list. So as a minute taker, you might just quickly come in here, and if your committee members didn't originally RSVP, you can quickly just come in here and manage that. So you can be like, yes, 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 or no, didn't attend. And click done. And that way you've got an attendance record here as well. Another option is if you're tracking the attendance, again, you could just write them on a piece of paper, and you could also attach them to your meeting minutes as well. With this public link, again, if you are using the web pages within Tidy, they will display under there as well. So I'm just going to come into our public page. For our example here, we have renamed our header to be Committee Works. And then you'll see all our meetings here. So there's my annual general meeting that I did. And then you can see all the details here. Who was the minute taker, who was the chairperson, who was the attendee, who didn't attend. And then all the details are there for you. Thanks everyone for joining me for that demonstration. I hope you all were able to find some takeaways from this, and hopefully, you see Tidy as a easier way, and you've had that light bulb moment and go, oh wow, it's actually going to be a little bit more easier than what I expected. Now I'll hand over back to Jen, where we can take our key takeaways from tonight's session.
Absolutely. Thanks, Jazz. So think of the AGM as a journey, not just a single event, each step building on the last. Preparation with starting early, confirming meeting dates, notifying the members and gathering all of the necessary documentation. Good prep sets the tone for a smooth meeting. Financials, committee updates and other key reports give members a clear picture of the club's health and achievements. The agenda, a clear, structured agenda keeps the meeting on track and ensures all legal and strategic points are covered. Elections, running fair and transparent elections reinforces trust in your governance and ensures leadership continuity. And actions, decisions made at the AGM only matter if they are followed up. Assign tasks with deadlines to turn solutions into results. So streamlining with templates in TidyHQ. Use ready-made templates, and TidyHQ takes the stress out of the process. From sending notices, managing nominations, tracking votes, to assigning follow-up tasks. Everything becomes faster, easier, and more reliable when you're using TidyHQ. With the right tools, what could be a complex, stressful process becomes a simple, structured journey, keeping your club compliant, transparent, and ready for the year ahead. So as part of this session tonight, we've got a checklist that will be included that Jazz will send out, and that will help break down these process of setting up your AGM for your club. And as I mentioned earlier, going back to your constitution and making sure that you follow the process that's outlined in your constitution. It's in plain language that you will be able to understand. And if you need any help in breaking down that language or the process that you are meant to follow, please reach out to Strive Sport. We can help you make it easier for you. Thank you very much, Jazz. And as always, it's a pleasure to join with you in presenting these sessions.
Thanks, Jen. Thanks for coming tonight again. I really found this insightful, and we hope that everyone has taken something out of this session. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us.
Thanks very much, guys.
Thank you.